Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and we are not playing StarCraft today. I actually thought I'd do something a little bit different, and unless you've been living under a rock recently, you will have heard of this thing called Cube World. And Cube World is an absolutely awesome game. I heard a lot about it from other people, and I thought I'd pick it up and have a look at it, and I have been very, very impressed. Now I'm just going to give you a short overview of what the game is, and then we'll just have a look at some of the features, and then after that we will get into a little bit more advanced stuff of the class I am playing, which is the Mage. Now basically Cube World is it's just a cube-based world. You run around, and some people have said it's a little bit like Minecraft. And it is in terms of moving around. Everything's a cube, you jump up on cubes, but you can't destroy the world, usually, unless you build like bombs or stuff like that, but that's a fairly rare part of the game. What you mostly do is you run around, and yeah, you kill stuff, and you get XP, and you gain levels, and it's basically like a very cut-down Diablo sort of game, but with a very nice Minecrafty open world sort of thing, and it is extremely good. Yeah, so what we're going to do first off I'll zoom in my map. You can see, just looking at it, this continent looks pretty big, right? You can actually, once you go to the edge, you just reach another continent, and then you can reach the edge of that and go to another continent, and it's basically just completely procedurally generated. So over and over again you can go out and you can go to snow places, you can go to mountain places, desert places. I was in one which is just ocean. It's just like islands all over the place, and there are no enemies everywhere. Where is the freaking enemy? I cannot find it. Anyway, we'll go find one eventually. I'll definitely skip to a nice boss battle later on in this game. We'll probably do a bit of a... There we go. There's a nice enemy. This one's actually... oh, this one's a bit hard. Now, in the very start, when you're like level 1, is a pain in the ass to kill these guys. It's actually a pain in the ass to kill everything because they're so nasty, but... Yeah, these guys... it gets a lot easier as you get higher. And eventually... all of these units will just be absolutely trivial, the bosses you fight anyway. But as you go to new areas, as you pop into a new world, they sort of scale. So those guys are about level 10, 12. But yeah, when you pop in, I'm level 24. I think they scale up a little bit, so they probably aren't 10, 12. I'm not 100% sure on that though. But I have, every time I've moved off the edge of the map into a new world, they have scaled it up. And yeah, it's been pretty awesome, and I'm doing a horrible job of explaining this game because I've played it so much and I'm not explaining the details of it. So let's just start off at the start. You've got a help menu. We don't really want to have a look at that. So yes, I'm a level 24 mage. This is my XP bar right here. So every time I kill guys, I get XP, and when I go up, I get more skills. Now this is the skills panel. So you've got two different specs: a fire mage and a water mage. Now each of the classes have two different specs. So you've got the rogue, who is like a he's like a rogue. I mean, he goes around with swords and he stabs people in the back and he does stealthy stuff. And you do have the ranger. It's just like a hunter, so it just shoots things from far away. You've got the warrior, who's nice close up, big swords hitting everything, but he's also got a sort of protection spec, a guardian spec, so he can tank a lot of damage. And you've got the mage. Now fire is, as you'd expect, lots of burning damage all over the place. And water. And water is does quite a bit of damage, but does a lot of healing as well. And in my opinion, healing is the absolute best class out of all of them. Out of all the classes and all the specs, I think it's the best for leveling and for doing anything else. But I'll explain why a little bit further. And while I'm in here, these are your three skills. So I've got an actual healing spell. I got a shield. There we go, there's my shield. So that absorbs quite a bit of damage. And a teleport. So I cast the heal on myself. That's actually cut. That actually heals me up to full, but it takes half my mana. And the more points you put into this, you can see the mana cost goes down for every point, but it's exponential, so it goes down less and less and less until eventually you're getting like 0.01 mana less for every skill point you put in it. But anyway, here's the teleport. So actually I was pointing at the ground, so you can go a lot further than that, but there is a huge cooldown, so I'm going to have to wait. And of course, putting skills points in there reduces the cooldown. And we've also got these, so you can have pets, like my little pet over here. He's a terrier, and his name is Killer. So yeah, that's the thing. And so you can make your pet stronger, and if you get 5 points in there, you can get onto riding, so you can actually ride certain pets around. And yes, the dog is a rideable pet, as weird as that sounds. Climbing, so once you do the climbing thing, you can see I've got a stamina bar there, and once that runs out, I can't climb anymore. So you can actually climb up mountains and stuff, but if you don't have many skill points in that skill, then you're not going to climb very high. And once you get 5 points, you can put it into hang gliding. I got 10 points in here, because hang gliding is freaking awesome. So you basically put out the hang glider, and you see you got stamina. So if I press space, I use up stamina, but I don't drift down. So I'm drifting down, press space, and then I'm going straight again. But once you run out of stamina, you sort of go out of control and run into things. So yeah, but you can, hang gliding is just so awesome, man. It really, really is one of the best parts of the game. And yes, I am going to hang glide off this thing. What? I pressed the wrong button. As you can see, you also get fall damage, so that's not good. And meanwhile, we've got swimming and sailing. So you can actually buy a boat, but I haven't put the skills into sailing. I do have the boat though, but I never put the points in because I think, well, I got better points to put in. And yeah, I hang glide everywhere anyway, so I don't really need a boat. Although I was in the island world and I had to swim everywhere, so that would have been nice to put some points in. But skills, crafting. What the hell did I just do? Apologies for that, ladies and gentlemen. Small technical difficulties caused mostly by me pressing Alt-Tab when I wasn't meant to, or something like that, I don't know. But we're going on to the crafting, and crafting is pretty awesome. Basically, you pick up all bunches of different things. You can pick up wood. There's a wood bush right here. That actually didn't have any wood in it. Usually they do, but that's plant fibers. I'm sure I can use them for some as well. So here's another bush. Let's go wipe that out. Oh my god, how is there no wood in that stupid thing? You are freaking useless. But anyway, I've already got a ton of wood. So you can see that you can build all these weapons using wood and silver and all that sort of stuff. And you require an anvil, but you can find anvils in town and stuff like that. Armor, I'm a mage, so I use silk, and I can build silk gloves using silk yarn. And we'll get onto items in a sec. But you can build all this sort of stuff. Cooking, so that's food. You have to sit down and eat this, but it does regenerate a lot of health. Potions you can use on the fly. I actually, I've got a whole bunch of potions over here. I've only got one of these ones, but I got 22 of these ones. Everything works on a power system, so that life potion plus 45 is power level 45, and this one's a little bit less, so it heals a little bit less, but yeah, I can hit that, and you can see my health go up to full, and that was the last one, so I'll select this one instead. And yeah, so you can craft potions, and these are just miscellaneous stuff, so yeah, I can, I need, what do we got? So let's see, we can craft a life potion. We'll craft one of those. I've actually got level 51 potions, so that's a new level that I didn't have before. But we're not going to craft a whole lot of those right now because we've got other stuff to look at. What's the next one? B. What the hell does B stand for? Oh, B is my bag. I use I to get into that, but B apparently is. And yeah, this is your inventory, so typical action RPG stuff. You've got a whole lot of items, and they come at different levels actually. So you've got white, which is the lowest, and then you can have green. Where's some green stuff? I've probably got some green stuff here. Yeah, so that's pretty good. And then blue, and then you've even got purple above that. And I've got a few purple items, and they are freaking awesome. Really, really freaking awesome. I've actually got some purple items for other classes. Like these are for the ranger, and they look pretty sweet. There's no class-specific stats. There's just general stats like tempo, which attack speed, and crit, which is critical damage, and health and armor and resilience or resistance or whatever the hell it stands for. So yeah, and there's my boat. So I can't use it. I'm using the hang glider at the moment, but I do have the boat, so nobody can say that I don't have it. And what else have we got going on? Oh, that's just the map, and that's the options. So yeah, that's pretty much it. You just run around, you kill stuff, you try and keep yourself alive, you get a cool looking pet and give him a cool looking name. I think you actually type in like slash pet name or something like that. I don't know. It says name pet. There we go. Name pet. It names into Harry, so that's always interesting to know. And yeah, we are going to take a little bit of a break, but you won't see the break because I will go straight back to it, and we are going to find a big boss and take him on. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, so here we are. We are in the dungeon. We are in a dungeon looking at a boss. He's turned away from us, but he's going to turn around very, very soon. And yeah, it's going to be pretty awesome. So we're just going to have a crack at it, see how it goes. It's probably going to take a little while, but if it starts taking like 10, 15 minutes or something, we may just speed it up, go through it. I did go through about 50 enemies or something so far in this dungeon to find this boss. But I will post another video probably sometime in the future about going through dungeons, about how to do them. If you have played something like World of Warcraft, doing dungeons, actually a lot of the experience from that you can use to a very, very good advantage here. And yeah, I need a bit of a heal here. Didn't have too much mana during that heal, so didn't heal up a lot. But yeah, I gotta say, just from a World of Warcraft dungeoning perspective, that this really does, yeah, it is really, really cool. So he's obviously attacked me from range, but he's got this massive explosion, which he tries to get close to me. And you saw he was actually drinking this, so it's good thing my left mouse button attack or right mouse button attack, one of them, is actually a stun, that one. So I managed to stun him, but as soon as he got up again, he started drinking again, though he's an absolute pain in the ass. Ah, crap, that was actually pretty loud, but he did have a whole bunch of really, really awesome items. Actually, I'll just show you. In the dungeon, I actually got... was it this one? The Extraordinary Gold Bracelet of Gadar. Gadar? I'm not sure exactly how you say it, but that's one of the few purple items that I've got. And I just got a wand that's purple as well. That's huge amount of damage, but this is a two-handed, and this one's a four-handed. So yeah, I don't know. The thing is, if you go to a two-handed weapon, it actually gives you different attacks. So you can see this is like a... the water drop is about the same, but this one is like a stream sort of thing. And whereas with the bracelets, that's that one, yep, you actually get a nice big attack, which I actually prefer, so that's why I keep the bracelets, yeah. So it actually does give you different spells, and it's very, very impressive. I'm just going to take these guys out as well, so you can see what dungeon crawling is all about. These guys are actually... pretty okay. Usually you can get mixes of like 5 and 6 people, and you can have healers, you can have mages, you can have all sorts of nasty stuff. If you get in there nice and hard and hit them hard, you're usually alright, but sometimes they just swarm you and you have to run for it and kite them all over the place. But I will do a dungeon video later on to have a look at that. And yeah, Cube World, extremely awesome game, and I will be doing more videos on it in the future. Definitely a video about dungeons, and definitely a video having a close-up look of the water mage. So yeah, thanks a lot for watching this, and if you get bored playing StarCraft, by all means try this, because yeah, it's definitely a lot of fun, and it can actually suck you in with the leveling process just because it's so much fun. So alright, thank you very much for watching. This has been Hairy Puppet, and I hope you enjoyed Cube World.